Welcome to part 2, Gentle Estate Transitions. Now we want to find a way to generate leads. And what we're going to do is set up our social media, specifically Facebook. And then I'm going to build a make automation to post on that Facebook page every single day. I want a new post and I want an image that speaks to the brand in order to generate potential followers and then also generate some leads. So here's the current Facebook page, and we see that these posts over here are coming out daily. So that was 19 hours ago. It's basically a flyer, and then it has a text image, call to action, phone number, all that kind of stuff. So how are we doing this? We're doing this in make.com. And let me fire this workflow just to prove that it works. And then we're going to build a new one specifically for another project that I'm doing where I connect local students to Ivy League tutors for pineviewtutors.com. And you can follow along and build this for yourself. So it runs every day based on a time trigger at 10:32 p.m. every night. The first node goes and creates a text from OpenAI. The second one generates an image. And then it converts it into a JPEG from a PNG, and I'll explain why. And then it uploads to a storage share called Cloudinary. And then I have this router in place in case you want to do multiple social media. So you could do Instagram, TikTok, and so on. But right now it's just one, and that goes over to Facebook and then posts it to the Facebook page. So let's see this in action. Come down here and hit run. You can see it starts spinning over here. It's thinking, and then it sends it over to OpenAI, which is now generating a text. That generated text very quickly and then pass it over to the image generation. This takes a little bit longer. I would say probably around 30 to 40 seconds. And you can see the bar sort of moving along, building that image. As soon as it builds this image, it creates it in a PNG format. That PNG format is not good for Meta. So what we have to do is convert that into a JPEG. And that's why this node is over here for image conversion. Now the rest of this is going to go pretty quickly until it gets to Facebook. So I'm going to explain this now. When it converts to a JPEG, it then puts that file online into our Cloudinary storage. And then that generates a URL link in order for this node over here to point the image towards that URL. And so at the end, it has an image and it has text and then puts that together into a post on our page. So now it's done. Let's go see what it looks like. Here we are on the page. We still have the 19 hours. Let's go ahead and hit refresh and see when this comes up. We should see a new post and a new image over here. Here we go. Just posted just now, making transitions easier, compassionate help when you need it most. Sounds interesting. We sell furniture. We prep your house for the real estate. Okay, that makes sense. GentleEstateTransitions.com and then the phone number and a nice little picture. Okay. So let's go build this automation for the new project that I'm running. Before you start building this and following along, there are some prerequisites that you have to do in order to execute all of this efficiently. And I'll link another video that goes through the prerequisite tutorial. So you can do that first. Pause this video, go watch that one, make sure you have all of your stuff, and then come back to this video and I'll show you exactly how to build these nodes one by one. Okay, what'll be easier for me is if I just duplicate this node, but I'm gonna show you how to make this step by step. So let's go up to create scenario. And this is the first step. You usually have a giant purple circle here, or you can hit this purple plus sign down here to start your first node, and we want a timer. So that's going to be basic trigger. You can just search in here if you want for basic and then look for basic trigger, click on that. Then it gives you this nice little screwdriver and wrench thing going on. And because this is just going to start on a time, you really don't need any of this information in here. So don't worry about filling this stuff up with actual information. You can just put some gibberish. Like I just like to say start right now. You can just put whatever and then hit save. Those are mandatory fields, so you do have to put something in there. So this will be our first thing, and we'll set this for a particular time. So let's click on that, and let's say regular intervals is what we want. We can also say once a day. You can post this as many times as you want. So we'll say every day at 6:40 p.m. sounds right, and then hit save. And then we need to activate this scenario in order to make this effective. Let's go ahead and do that. And so now we have a timer down here, 6:40 p.m. It's going to start every day. I do have to hit save, and I do have to enable this for it to begin. But this is just our first node. Now let's start our second one, which is going to be our first OpenAI ChatGPT up here. You can really get ChatGPT to do a lot of things for you. You can even generate videos when we get to that point. We'll probably start posting short videos. You can remix videos, but we just want something simple. So we'll say simple text prompt. Or actually what we're going to do is we're going to say generate a response. Now you do have to add your connection over here. So hopefully you did the prerequisites. You'll have credentials to add right here. And I'm going to use the model called GPT-4. It says fast, affordable, small model for focused tasks. I think that's plenty to just generate a text. And this is going to be a text prompt, so let's leave that in there. And then the prompt. This is just exactly what you would ask ChatGPT if you went to openai.com and then typed in your request. Now, typically I would add variables in here for specific placeholders. When I change a business name, for example, I want it to be compatible with many different scenarios. But in this case, we're just going to write a generic prompt. So, but what's the best way to do this is to go over to Gemini and ask it to generate a prompt. So I'm saying, write a prompt for Make Automation Node OpenAI to prompt for a new post for pineviewtutors.com. It should be fun, keep our military jargon theme, highlight all our cool features like Ivy League tutors, games, digital products, leaderboard, and badge system. I would like a different post to be generated each time as to not make the post stale and boring over time. And here's what it came up with. Okay, so it's speaking to OpenAI like it's writing a post. It's saying, you are the head of psychological operations for Pineview Tutors. Perfect start. An elite, alumni-led academic academy. Your voice is authoritative, clever, high status, and heavily inspired by military jargon. The military jargon stuff just kind of started and then it stuck with it. And now I'm convinced it's the way to go because it keeps it fun. Tactical deployment, intel command, use prompt, generate a unique high engagement social media post for Pineview Tutors. So I'm not going to read the entire post to you and make this boring, but what I am going to do is get rid of inline references like here because copying it makes it challenging. So I'll say, please remove the inline references so I can copy and paste. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to grab that and let's go over to Make. And in the prompt section, that's where we're going to paste this prompt. Now, this is the prompt where you want to go over and make sure it's good because it is the key generator of your content on social media. So you don't want to find out late that you were promoting something wrong for a number of days and then people are asking you, hey, where's that product? This is the time to review this and get it right. So let me focus on this for a second. Okay, and that looks good to me. So now hit save. This node will essentially generate the text now. So based on that text, we now want to create a relevant image. Let's go ahead and hit the plus sign. We're going to grab another OpenAI GPT node, and this time we're going to go down to generate an image. Generate images right here. It connects by itself up here again. And then for the model, we want GPT image 1.5. This is the best model they have right now. So that's what we're picking. Okay, when you click on this prompt text over here, the way this is working is you can either tell it exactly what to do, or you can say, use the response from this previous node and then build an image on that. So here's how this works. Type in, make a flyer for this post suitable for Facebook and Instagram. And then when you say this, basically that's the prompt going to OpenAI. And so we're going to give it the entire prompt. So on the right side, you'll have a number of variables and just search for result. So RES, and there it is. Just click that one time. So click result one time, and that should populate right in here. So it's saying take everything that this one node created, which will be represented by this variable, and then make a flyer about that. That's what would be sent to OpenAI GPT image 1.5. That'll generate an image and then send that image right back. So hit save. Now at this point, we should have an image as well. So that image will arrive in PNG. We need to convert it to JPEG. I learned this the hard way, getting all the way to Instagram and then learning you can actually post those. So let's fix this right now. So let's create another one called image, and this is convert a format. Click that. And so whatever comes in from OpenAI, keep that one selected. And then the next one, we want to convert it to JPEG and then save. That's it. That'll take care of the conversion. Okay, now theoretically we have an image. We want to store this image somewhere so that Facebook node can reference a URL for this image. So let's hit the plus sign. Let's look for a Cloudinary. There it is. And we want to do upload a resource. That'll connect for me automatically. For you, if it's the first time, go ahead and plug in your credentials and connect to that. And if you still don't have credentials, you should just watch the prerequisite video and then just do this again. And then for the file type, base64 encoded. And then this is an image. So let's click on that second one. And in here, if you have image/JPEG, go ahead and plug that in. You can always just type it as well. Image/JPEG. That's the type of file we're giving it. And the resource type is an image. And then for the public ID, it needs to be Instagram_post, because that's how the data is stored in Cloudinary. So the ID is Instagram_post. So we're telling this node, go to Cloudinary, look for this particular ID of the file, and then bring it down. The rest of it you can leave alone and hit save. So now we would have the URL. Now we have to pass the URL of the converted image, which was created by OpenAI, plus the text over to our last node, which would be Facebook. So let's hit the plus sign one more time and search for Facebook. And this is pages. And we want to look for create a post with photos. Here we go. And then that connects as well. And when it connects to your credentials, it's the page that's associated with your credential. So if you already have a Facebook business page, that's what's going to show up here in the drop. So for me, it's Pineview Tutors right here. Let's expand the photos over here, add item. For the input type, we're going to change this to a photo URL, which is the uniform resource locator of what we got from Cloudinary. So you don't have to type out a URL. We simply point to the variable that contains the URL. So let's click in here, and it's this one right here in the blue, because that's Cloudinary. And we click on secure URL and then go down to post caption. And this is the text part of the post on Facebook. And that we're getting from result, which is better to just search for this result. And there it is. Click on that, maybe one more time. There it goes. So now we are in the last node. We said, go ahead and put this image and then this post to this Facebook page and hit save. Now we're ready. You should have this entire workflow. Let's go down here and hit save. And let's go ahead and turn on daily. Everything is kind of empty right now. So we need to run this so it actually generates data and images. So let's hit run once. And here it goes. So that kicks off and then immediately starts generating a text based on our prompt. And then based on the text, it then sends it over to our second node to generate an image. Almost done with the image here. And then converted the image, put it on Cloudinary, and now we're posting to Facebook. So far, so good. And we've posted to Facebook. Let's go see what that looks like. Switch this over to Pineview and look at this. Wow. Intelligence briefing. Now I'm looking for spelling mistakes or any kind of weird graphics that are just completely wrong. Time to join the ranks. Attention, future scholars. Are you ready to deploy your academic ambition? At Pineview Tutors, our Ivy League mentors from Brown, Princeton, MIT, standing by to fortify your academic arsenal. Climb the rank, second lieutenant to 4-star general. It kind of got the ranks right. That's pretty good. Just the first captain is kind of small. Compete on the leaderboard, rise to the top. That's cool. Yeah, earn badges, download guides, essays, more. Command your future. It's got this whole tactical thing going on the left, and then it looks like an Ivy League school on the right. Don't know which university that is. And it's got hashtags on the bottom. Let's take a look at the text itself. Yeah, are you ready to deploy? Don't miss out. Here's a call to action. It's got the link right. Let's go ahead and click on it. And then it takes us to the website. Very nice. The only tutoring network built exclusively for Pineview families. Nice, yeah. And so basically what I did was recruited a bunch of Ivy League tutors who were past alumni from Pineview, and they're now available on LinkedIn. So I just reached out to them, said, hey, building this platform, are you interested in tutoring the next generation? And they said, yeah. So they jumped on the platform, and then I spoke to the parents that I normally speak with and said, hey, do you want access to Ivy League tutors? And they said yes. And so I'm just kind of letting everybody join here. And then 90% of the commission goes straight to the tutors. The 10% is good for Stripe fees, processing. They charge 3% on the front end, 3% on the back end, plus hosting, all that kind of stuff. So I just break even. So as long as I'm not losing money, I think I'm pretty happy just running this. So there you have it. Hope you like it. We're going to build a lot more. We're going to continue down this journey. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. If you want to do this yourself and you just need a little bit of help, join my Skool community, use my high-level affiliate link, and I will help you. Revenue that I generate from that, 20% of it goes into paid ads, and the leads, I share them with my community. With my affiliate link, you get a 30-day extended trial, plus a boot camp that you can go through. I have a 15-part course that gets you from initial idea all the way to operational agency. You'll get hundreds of pre-built AI agents ready to go, workflows, automations, website templates. I also have 40+ businesses and marketing courses that you can then sell to your members. I'm heavily involved in my community. I join 7 days a week, so you can have one-on-ones with me where we can build things, we can do think tanks and come up with business ideas. You can even join my businesses where I show you what I'm doing day in and day out. Everything is completely free until I get to maximum capacity. Join now.